good afternoon. Here is the news at noon. First, the highlights. Lagos State Emergency Management Agency urges residents to stay calm, assures of state's preparedness to mitigate flooding. Federal government reacts to United States security alert, promises residents, visitors in Federal Capital Territory safety. Unwarranted deadly drone strikes escalate as Russia-Ukraine trade blows amid stalled ceasefire efforts. And in sports, Super Falcons coach expresses confidence in team's readiness for 2024 Women's Africa Cup of Nations tournament in Morocco. And now the details. I am Mike James. Amid growing concerns over potential flooding, the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, LASEMA, has called on residents to remain calm and avoid panic, urging full cooperation with emergency response teams. Permanent Secretary of the agency, Olufemi Oke Osoyintolu, said that the administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu is committed to addressing flooding and protect the lives and properties of residents. Oke Osoyintolu said the government has identified several flood-prone areas based on a recent risk analysis, which include Etiosa, Alimosho, Koshofe, Lekki, Apapa, Amuwodofin, Surulere, Agege. He noted that to address these challenges, the agency, with support of the Ministry of the Environment, has upgraded the drainage channels, enforced environmental and building regulations, and improved communication between the government agencies and the public. Oke Osoyintolu said LASEMA has set up 3 relief camps across the state's senatorial district, which are equipped to accommodate thousands of internally displaced persons, IDPs, while noting that the camps provide not just temporary shelter, but also social, psychological, and vocational support for affected residents. He said to strengthen disaster response, local emergency management committees and operational units have been activated across all local government areas of the state. Oke Osoyintolu urged residents to report emergencies by calling the state toll-free lines 112 or 767. The Lagos government, through the Office of Climate Change and Circular Economy under the Ministry of Economic Planning and Budget, has deepened its community-based climate engagement with the successful rollout of the Eco Circulate Ayobo initiative. It is a bold step in promoting sustainable living, waste-to-value conversion, and grassroots climate education aimed at informing, engaging and activating residents, particularly nano and micro businesses, to participate actively in the circular economy. The Ayobo edition was in partnership with a church and follows previous engagements in communities like Badagry, Aja, and Trade Fair. The collaboration was facilitated at the instance of the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Economic Planning and Budget, Olayinka Ojo, who also serves as an assistant pastor within the church's province. Recognizing the alignment between the church's community-focused outreach and the objectives of the Eco Circulate program, she advocated for the initiative to be embedded within the church event, not only to empower the congregation, but also to extend its impact to the wider Ayobo community. The event recorded impressive participation as community members turned in recyclable materials which were weighed and recorded. The Oni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Ogunwusi, has pledged his support for the national measles rubella vaccination campaign. Ogunwusi, who pledged while briefing newsmen in Abuja, called for mass mobilization for the exercise. He said it is an exercise that every Nigerian must support and key into. Ogunwusi called on Nigerians to take collective action to further encourage the health sector to continue to provide for its people vaccine for preventable diseases. He said the nationwide rollout of the measles rubella vaccine is expected to significantly reduce childhood mortality and improve Nigeria's overall health indicators. And now to the rest of the stories. The federal government says there is no security threat to Nigeria's capital city, Abuja, following a security advisory issued by the United States mission. This comes as U.S. mission warned its citizens to avoid all military and government facilities in Abuja, citing what it described as increased global security concerns. It also barred embassy staff and their families from making non-official visits to such locations in the city. Meanwhile, the Nigerian government has dismissed any cause for alarm, assuring that Abuja remains safe for residents and visitors. Authorities say security agencies are fully alert and there is no imminent threat to public safety in the capital. Benue State Police Command says it has deployed drones in a manhunt for gunmen who abducted 11 passengers and a driver along Otukpa Enugu Highway. The victims, all traveling in a Benue Link bus, were reportedly kidnapped around 6:30 p.m. on Sunday near Eke in Okpoku local government area. According to reports, the assailants intercepted the vehicle, robbed the passengers of their belongings and led them into a nearby forest. Police authorities have confirmed that efforts to rescue the victims are ongoing, with aerial surveillance and tactical teams already combing the area. And wife of the president, Oluremi Tinubu, has promised to continue to pursue programs and initiatives that will promote the health and education of girls and women. Mrs. Tinubu, while speaking during the 13th anniversary and 7th Merck Foundation First Ladies Initiative Summit in Dubai, noted that enhancing the education of girls in the area of healthcare courses will ultimately improve health and well-being of Nigerians. Speaking along First Ladies of 13 other nations, Mrs. Oluremi Tinubu said empowering girls through education plays a crucial role in building stronger and healthier nations. She pointed out that the efforts of Merck Foundation, which has been supporting healthcare through the provision of scholarships to medical doctors and medical professionals from Africa and Asia in the last 13 years, is not only commendable but worthy of emulation. Other First Ladies present were Ghana, Senegal, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Kenya, Angola, Liberia, Maldives, among others, who all emphasized the role of African women in domestic and public spheres despite all the challenges they face culturally and financially. And in some foreign news, Russia and Ukraine have traded deadly drone strikes overnight as violence intensifies and hopes for a ceasefire grow dim. At least 3 civilians were killed in a Russian drone attack on a village in Ukraine's northern Sumy region, including an 8-year-old boy and 2 adults. Local officials said the victims were neighbors, all living on the same street. Another 3 people were injured in the Sunny strike, while additional attacks left 5 people wounded in Kharkiv and 4 in the Dnipropetrovsk region. Meanwhile, Moscow was also hit by drones, though no casualties have been confirmed there. These latest attacks come just one day after a massive Russian missile and drone strike on Kyiv that killed at least 10 people. And now, sports news. Nigeria Super Falcons are gearing up for glory as they head into the 2024 Women's Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco, with their eyes firmly set on a historic 10th title. The head coach, Justin Madugu, is confident his team can deliver. The Falcons lost the last edition to South Africa's Banyana, also in Morocco, but this time, Madugu says the team is battle-ready and focused. He also highlighted the broader impact of a successful tournament, saying it could boost opportunities for local coaches across Africa. The Super Falcons will kick off the WAFCON 2024 campaign on Sunday, July 6 in Casablanca, with a face-off against Tunisia in the opening match. And that was our news at 12. Just before we go, ensure you make use of your seatbelt while driving. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X, Traffic Radio 961, Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube, Traffic Radio 961. Visit our website, www.trafficradio961.ng. You can also listen to Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM live on My Lagos app for timely updates. Did you know that under the Sanwo-Olu administration, 18,000 teachers were trained under EcoExcel? Well, you can always get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Amid growing concerns over potential flooding, the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, LASEMA, has called on residents to remain calm and avoid panic, urging full cooperation with emergency response teams. The federal government has assured that there is no security threat to Nigeria's capital city, Abuja, following a security advisory issued by the United States Mission. We also told you that Russia and Ukraine have traded deadly drone strikes overnight as violence intensifies and hopes for a ceasefire grow dim. In sport, as Nigeria Super Falcons prepare for the 2024 Women's Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco, with their eyes firmly set on a historic 10th title, the head coach, Justin Madugu, is confident that his team can deliver. And for contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Adirayodo Olaya. Thank you for listening, Lagos. My name is Mike James. Good afternoon.